coming by. Tory Magoo 44. Today is the 17th of February 2019. It's after Valentine's Day. I hope you all had a good Valentine's Day. If you didn't, plan on having a good one next Valentine's Day. And you can spend the year kind of creating, getting in that mode. Or not. Some people don't want to celebrate it at all. Anyway, I love you guys and I thank you for coming. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my YouTube site. It definitely, if you ever want to, expose the abuses of the Church of Scientology, every critic that's exposing their abuses, if you subscribe to them, it helps, just put a little bit more light. It shines a little bit more light on their abuses, and they need to be exposed. I'm going to tell you about one of them today. Leah Remini, who does the Aftermath with Mike Rinder on A&E, and they've been fabulous series. And the last one was on the IRS. And I'm just going to give you a personal story of me and the Church of Scientology. And I put it like that because it couldn't be farther from a church. It is a soul-sucking business that pretends to be a religion and basically charges you for every single thing, all the way. It's a money-making game, that's it. But people are in it. They still believe it works somehow, some way. It's amazing to me with the internet and what we have out here today. It's like, look at both sides. I've said it for 18 years. Look at both sides and make up your mind. And realize every critic, every ex-Scientologist, anonymous, the never-ends, everyone of us can say, look at both sides, make up your own mind, because we know if you look at both sides, you will never walk in that door. And you certainly will never pay for anything because you'll understand what it is. But they have to say, don't talk to Tory, don't listen to Leah, don't watch their shows, blah, blah, blah. And that's kind of checkmate right there, because if they were really clean and good, they could say, look at both sides, and I say come, visit us, but if you don't want to, you don't have to. There wouldn't be this big must degrade anybody who's left, which is tons of people now, by the way. Okay, so the IRS. Leah, her last show was on the IRS. And if you didn't see it, you can probably go to A&E and still watch it, but it's a really good show about how the Church of Scientology manipulated the IRS. I'm just going to tell you my little bit of it. I mean, it was very, very little bit, but it shows you how manipulative they are. They asked me, they said, look, we really need to handle the IRS. And this is way before, I mean, I already knew they had some weird things that were going on, but I didn't really know what. It's sort of like you have this, like, something is wrong, but I don't know what. And because they brainwash you early on not to look, not to talk, not to listen, because those people are going to ruin your freedom and your possibility of getting free for eternity. So, and I know that sounds insane, but you have to remember most of us who got in were way before the internet. So there was all this stuff that we didn't know. And you have to, I always use the analogy to Truman Show because it's very much like the Truman Show in Scientology. Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You came to the right place. You are at the right place at the right time. And you're sort of like, wow, okay. And you can say, well, that wouldn't work for me, but you don't know what you would do. And academics who study cults say literally anyone could get trapped in a cult if they're at the wrong place at the wrong time. The only real protection for you is to learn about cults, learn what they are and what they do. And if you know that, you'll never get suckered into it. Okay, so anyway, they asked me, they said, we need to handle the IRS. So we want you to go downtown, take these flyers, they hand me a stack of flyers, pass them out. That's it. That's all we want you to do. Just for today, do that. So I go down to the IRS downtown and I start passing out these flyers. And the flyers say, we will give you $10,000 if you give us any dirt on the IRS. And I'm passing them out. And I mean, I swear to God, these guys are so black. I mean, this is black. They were that black. They were like really angry men. And most of them were like, I'm not saying black like African American. I mean, black like, black spiritually. You know, they were like really, really ticked off at me. And I'm trying to hand it to them, and they're not taking anything, right? And I'm supposed to get all this whole stack of flyers out. And it's sort of like they're all like, and they're going across the street and stuff. And so finally, a couple of ladies say, well, we might have something on this. Yeah, we'd like to take these. And they took them. And I went back to Scientology and I said, that's it. I'm not doing that again. No, that is too creepy. I mean, I could see these guys coming to kill me. I mean, they're the IRS. They have all the information on me, right? And I just thought, no, I'm not doing that anymore. So I came back and I said, no, I'm not doing it anymore. But I'm pretty sure, I mean, I know they kept doing it. They got other people to do it, and they finally got dirt on them. And one of the great explanations, you know, they finally had this huge event, and David Miscavige announced the war is over, right? And the best description of the war is over in that event and everything that led up to it and after it is this is by Blown for Good, Mark Headley, and it's a great book. He worked up at Gold where Miscavige was. He was part of the whole event having to do with the war is over. And it's very funny also. So, I mean, normally it takes me weeks to read books because I just read a little bit at a time. I read his whole book in, I think, 24 hours. It was just so funny. And it was so many little things that you just don't know about. And it was like, oh my God, it was really, really funny. So if you want to know about it, get that book. It's really good. But also listen to Leah and Mike's show, The Aftermath, on the IRS, because that was very educational too. And it showed them, I mean, I was amazed that they're still trying to run this stupid injunction. Don't get me started on it, because I'm part of that injunction. And they made it lifetime for us without us even being there, after we were there. That's a whole nother video I'll tell you about another time, because it really does take some explanation of what happened. But anyway, that's what they did with me, and they obviously did get enough dirt on the IRS that they finally folded and have let them have their nonprofit status. But if any IRS people are listening to this, I really hope you do kind of push it forward that, you know, these people are not nonprofit. They make profit every day, all day. That's what they do. So they should be paying very, very big taxes. I mean, they have billions of dollars in buildings. They don't have any people going there anymore. Not many. There's a few, but not many. But they're buying buildings, and they own property, and they have assets, and they have billions of dollars. And they are abusing people on a daily basis. They are violating your IRS agreements that you made with them, saying, and you can look it up and see, but they have definitely violated them on a daily basis. And, you know, it's like, okay, maybe they do have some dirt on some people. All right. So there you go. You know, is that okay that these children cannot talk to their parents, or the parents can't talk to their children, that they can stop free speech, that they can rip people off, that they can sign people up for billion-year contracts that are totally illegal contracts? I mean, it's like, come on. You're the IRS. You should be doing something about it. And if you know anybody who's in the IRS, have them listen to this video or any other information you know about it, so that the education gets raised, okay? And there you go. That's all. I just wanted to tell you that. That's my little 2 cents on what I actually did. And, you know, it's part of being a cult. You know, everything's vital. You have to do it today. Oh, it froze. Anyway, it's vital. You have to do it today. And so I did. I did it for a day, and then I went, no, I'm done. No. I'm not going to do that. No, thank you. Get somebody else. So there you go. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful rest of February, and I love you all, and thank you for being part of my YouTube site, and please pass it on. The more people that see it, the more people get educated. People write me all the time thanking me, saying, I saw your video, it helped me start looking, and there you go. I mean, the more people look, and the more people look at all different kinds of sites, the more they're going to get educated and realize, wait a minute, no, I don't need to be in this. All right, there you go. That's all. I love you, and that's it. Bye.